Hot take, I don't think Sony should be suing Tencent over the new game Light of Ram. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Now, don't get me wrong, I've seen the screenshots and yes, they are really similar. Kind of like we have Horizon Zero Dawn at home. But honestly, when I look at this kind of stuff, I think about how everyday life, how there's a lot of like copycats and there's great value versions of all the things, from, food to cars to clothing, and then you look at gaming and it's so much stricter in that space. But imagine if we took that strictness that exists in gaming and then we applied it to everyday life and all the cars, the clothes, the food, and all that other stuff out there that exists. We'd have way fewer choices, and most likely the quality of what we do have would be way lower the way it is in the gaming space. Now, I'm not saying that I'm pro copycat, but like what if this game, Light of Ram, what if it has some really cool mechanics that we've never seen before that could really change the landscape of gaming? But it gets shut down and thrown in the trash, and we just move on and we never get to see those things. I feel like games should be allowed to compete with each other the way it works in just about everything else. I just feel like competition can really inspire new gaming technologies and really bring new things to the table. Just look at Call of Duty Ghost and like Battlefield 3 or 4 when those both came out and they were competing head to head to see who could take over, the king of the first person shooter space. It was an awesome time to be alive. Now again, I know if you put them side by side, they are very close together, but I mean, we're talking about like turning animals into robots. There's only so many ways you can do that, and if you really try to be so different to avoid copyright, it probably ends up looking corny anyway. But most importantly, I think we need to go back to competition because honestly, the players will decide for themselves on if the game is going to be successful or not. So like, let's say Sony backs off and Tencent continues to make this game. There is no guarantee that this game is going to pop off because people have already played Horizon Zero Dawn and they're going to look at it and they're going to compare it to that, and they'll make the decision either watching other people play it or they'll pick it up themselves. And if the game does not measure up to a player's taste, well then they're not going to get the game, or they're going to give it bad reviews, etc. They're going to slam it. You know what the players are going to do when they come across a game they don't like. So instead of gatekeeping and trying to keep games from doing their own interpretation of an existing genre, I really think that it should be illegal to sue them. Just let them come through, and if they do copy you one for one, well then it'll flop. I've never seen a game copy someone else one for one and be successful. But I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about being able to sue for like likeness and patenting features for games? Like, do you think that should be allowed in the gaming space, or should there be more competition? Make sure y'all tap in with the like, follow, sub, all that good stuff. Y'all stay safe. Peace.